Yeah. So, y'all know I was going to do part two to this video. Food stamp crisis. It's definitely a food stamp crisis. After a couple of states receive partial payments, a couple of states receive full payments, and then guess what happens? The Trump administration tells the fucking Supreme Court that it's fraud and shut it down, or they put it like on some frozen shit. People in New York State still haven't received anything and still waiting to receive. Will they receive? Maybe when the government opens up, and then I think that's about it. Because this Trump administration, they their plan is to cut this whole shit the fuck off, people. And if you work and you pay taxes, you know, because there's a lot of people that work and pay taxes, they don't give a fuck about this shit at all. Because they're not being affected. But people like my grandmother, I mean, she is still, she has family, me, and rest of the family members. She would still eat regardless. But in this situation, I just feel sorry for, the elderly, the disabled, the people that can't really get out their house. To go to food pantries, food banks, whatever. It's sad, man. When food is something very important now. Because food is keeping everybody alive out here. Some people say, oh, you could go find a job. What they don't know, the job market is fucked up. Is businesses and companies really fucking hiring? Or they really letting go people and businesses are closing down? Maybe this is the reason why a lot of people is working from home. A lot of people is investing in Bitcoin and crypto, right? In order to get maybe twice they fucking paycheck back in the palm of their hand. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about the 2000 tariff dividend checks. You know why? Has Congress or the Senate, did they sign to it? Did they sign to it to put that on the president's desk for him to sign and then the checks go out? No. So I'm not talking about it until that shit gets signed into law. Will it get signed into law? Hopefully. Because that shit'll do me good too. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens, because it seems like it's a lot of lies, a lot of misinformation going the fuck on about that. But if you got stamps, you ain't gotta go crazy, but everything is fucking high. Like, how much is a jar of mayonnaise right now? Like $6, $7. Even if you got fucking stamps, that's like $7, man. Off your shit. Basically, you might as well say $10 off your shit for a jar of fucking mayonnaise. And even with this food stamp crisis right now, right? Salute to all of the food pantries that's out there helping all of the people in the communities. Salute to even the people that's, volunteering to feed the homeless people, to feed the children, to feed, people, man. Salute to all of them people, man. Because I go to a food pantry on Saturday mornings and I volunteer and I help out the people. Because food is very expensive. The president said, oh, the prices are coming down. Since when? The prices ain't coming down, people. He has 100% tariffs up. So because of that, the food prices will skyrocket from whatever price it is right now, going into 2026. Yep. But if you have, spend wisely. All right? Because it's so much lies, so much misinformation going on. You don't know if you're going to receive your fucking benefits for the month of December or January. Believe me, people, they playing with people's lives out here. And as far as I'm concerned, the Trump administration don't give a fuck. Because they're rich. A rich person doesn't give a fuck about a poor person. People are people. Nobody's better than nobody. But the people like Trump and them that don't benefit off of SNAP, they don't give a fuck about it. I see clearly they want that shit out of here. They want it eliminated. The Democrats don't want that. But the Republicans want that. And all of this shit that's going on, this is only the first year. You mean to tell me we got to deal 3 more years of Donald Trump? And he might get reelected because a lot of people like what the fuck he's doing here. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel, man. Weezy Radio News and the Fuckery Video Talk. This is just, part 2 of the food stamp crisis. Because it is a crisis. When the children are hungry, it's a fucking crisis. And this is America, right? Nobody shouldn't be fucking starving. Nobody shouldn't be hungry, man. This is a food stamp crisis, a fucking humanitarian crisis right now. People need food, man. Because if you don't have no food and you don't have no water in your fucking body, what happens? You die. Seems like that's what Donald Trump and this administration want. Because depopulation is in full effect, people, right now. Pay attention. All right? But I just wanted to hit y'all with part 2. Fat shout out to everybody that checked out part 1. Fat shout out to even everybody that commented on food stamp crisis, my reaction. You know what I'm saying? But they playing with people's lives, man. Certain states ain't get shit yet. You know what I'm saying? And certain states, yeah, they have received. Now, if you have received, man, just try to spend your shit wisely because you don't know what the fuck is going to happen in December. Don't get your fucking hopes up. You know, they talking about, oh, the government is going to reopen, blah, 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 blah. They already lied. The Supreme Court, the Trump administration, and the Democrats, they already lied to the people. So you don't think they're going to lie again? There's politicians here you're dealing with, people. Stay tuned for the next video. Weezy Radio knows the fuckery video talk. I'm out of here. One love.